Welcome to Cocktails and Classics. It's our Christmas special, and what better way to start the Christmas week, I guess it would be, uh, than with the Star Wars Holiday Special, a 1978 made for TV cash grab. Um,
It wasn't
this week,
exactly a cash grab, but basically a cash grab.
somehow they got all the stars from the original
Yeah.
movies.
They
into this.
basically they were kind of afraid that Star Wars wasn't going to stay relevant after the movie came out, so they made this holiday special to keep it relevant.
Didn't they also have like a bunch of extra like random celebrity guests in this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jefferson Starship is in
Yeah.
it.
Isn't
I
B.
think
Arthur
I saw
in
a
this?
song by Earth, Wind and Fire. No, it's weird.
This week, you have me, Dylan, Cameron, Zach,
Hi.
and Ben.
Oh my god. I
May
hate
the
how
force
Zach
be
says
with
hi
you.
every week. None of us say hi. Zach every week. Hi.
This week, we're drinking some blue milk. I think the recipe is inspired by, what is it?
The Last Jedi.
Well, no, it's from A New Hope, the blue milk.
Like at the Cantina bar?
No, Luke drinks it on Tatooine.
Where?
Yeah, where?
Blue milk is from fucking...
Is it?
Luke drinks
Yeah.
it.
I know he drinks in The Last Jedi. Out of
No,
that
he drinks it in Tatooine, like with his Uncle Ben. And
Oh,
Is that what
okay.
they're drinking in those plastic dollar store cups?
yeah,
That's all that, like moisture farmers can actually afford, so
Gotcha.
they serve blue milk at Galaxy's Edge, and the recipe is, I think, a copycat recipe of that. I'm gonna just post it down below. It's a little out there. It kind of tastes like a pina colada, and it has some, like it has like citric acid, like cream of coconut or coconut milk. So you choose to make it at home if you want. It's pretty good. It's very sweet. Did anyone else make the blue milk? I made it.
I will say I tried to make it, and the number one tip I'll give you is if you look at citric acid in the recipe and you go, I don't have that, let me just add something sour like lemon juice. Don't, because it'll almost instantly curdle.
I was gonna say it sounds like that's gonna curdle.
Oh no, I didn't think about that.
Basically like the cement mixer.
Yes, like a big blue cement mixer.
Yeah. Oh god.
All the things a growing boy needs.
Yeah, don't do that.
This second week in the row of bad cocktail experiences.
Yeah, I didn't make the blue milk. I was lazy and I made hot chocolate, but I'm calling it Hoth chocolate, which is just hot chocolate with bourbon cream in it.
Bourbon
I-
and cream?
No,
Or-
bourbon cream.
What is bourbon cream?
It is like Irish cream, so like Irish whiskey cream, except it's made with bourbon instead.
Okay.
It's a little
I
smoother.
thought you were doing something like fancy where you like whipped bourbon with like
With
heavy
cream?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
That sounds
maybe that's
fucking
what they
fancy.
do. That's what they do. That's not what I do.
Oh, okay. I was like, Cam broke out his like fancy barista like whipper,
Yeah.
like loaded a couple cartridges in there, and
I also took the Plan B route. I made the Hoth chocolate like Cam, but I didn't skimp out. I used real Tauntaun milk, just like the recipe calls for.
Wow,
oh,
it's amazing. Did you slice it open and harvest it for parts after?
I had it in the freezer a while ago. My grandfather left it to me. He snuck it over from Vietnam, or his friend did.
you mean Endor?
No, Vietnam.
No, he said what he meant.
Well, apparently blue milk is bantha milk, so whatever the fuck a bantha is.
Yeah. Well, have you ever
Bantha
heard
fodder.
the term bantha fodder? Yeah, it's like, like animal food.
Yes.
Did you try the curdled blue milk, or did you just toss it right in the
I
trash?
did. I tried to use a lovely spoon from Surfside Sips, and as large as they are, it didn't quite fit my curdles, so I went spoon.
straw or spoon?
I went spoon. And let me tell you, if you make something and intend to use a straw with it, and by some happenstance you can't, and you have to go spoon, just don't try it.
You
because
fucked up. You
something-
messed up a lot.
Something went so bad it's actually a really good red flag.
You made something in between like cottage cheese and mozzarella or something?
Yes, harvesting the whey from it right now, so I can.
Dylan, I think you meant to say he made blue cheese.
Ah.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
That's
I
probably
mean,
the
I
most
guess
accurate.
I think that's a good rule of thumb. If you're making something and it doesn't come out in the same form as you expected it to, then something went wrong.
Yeah, if it doesn't come out in one of the phase of matter you intend it to be, it's probably wrong.
Right. Like if you intended to make a grilled cheese, but instead you just have like a pan full of liquid, something went horribly wrong, and you should really reconsider.
Oh, I've been drinking my grilled cheese for a while.
Well, you know, gotta do what you gotta do.
If you make some blue milk, ingredients recipe down below. Get fancy with it. Get bougie. Send it to us. If you go to Galaxy's Edge, I think it's open right now. Maybe you don't because COVID is real.
I wouldn't advise going now. Maybe short lines though.
But send us a picture of some blue milk. Maybe you get the blue milk, you take it home, you mail it to us, so we can try the blue milk.
Yes,
Go
please.
home, take it home, reverse engineer it,
I'm hoping when COVID's
Figure out
over
what's in
and
it.
like
send us the real recipe.
I'm hoping when COVID's over and the like post-COVID travel boom kind of dies down a little bit, I can eventually go to Galaxy's Edge.
Well,
Maybe in like 2025.
that's what I wanted to do for your bachelor party.
I know,
Let's go
but it wasn't
Galaxy's
fucking
Edge.
open because they suck.
They do suck. But apparently they also hate how it turned out so far. So they're
What do you
probably
mean?
going to change it up. They did not like the opening of Galaxy's Edge.
What, like not enough people?
No, I just think like how it came together. I don't think they liked it so far. So
Interesting.
they're gonna maybe like redo some stuff. I think like the cantina was one of the things.
Oh, as long as they keep the the Millennium Falcon ride?
Yeah, I've heard.
As long
that's
as they
kinda
keep
cool.
that. They have some cool animatronics on that. Anyway, let's start this thing.
All right, send us pictures of your blue milk at Cocktails and Classics Pod. Hashtag Cocktails and Classics on Instagram. It's both of those things, I guess. Maybe there'll be a link below to this entire special on YouTube. It's been on YouTube since 2016 and has 2 million views, so obviously there's no cease and desist being
Here's
placed
the
upon
thing.
it.
If they write a cease and desist, they have to acknowledge that it exists. And George Lucas refuses to do that. He will
Yeah.
not. He will not do it.
You know what's weird is the fact that they refuse to acknowledge it exists, but they 100% made a Lego version of it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I think the Lego one is different.
No,
Is it?
it's different, but they in the Lego version. I haven't watched it yet, but in the Lego version, they do. What the hell? Oh, who skipped to the end?
Sorry, go back.
What the fuck?
I was
There's
reading
animation?
in the comments.
Yeah.
In the comment, there's a thing at 5224 where it says, "Sir, he's farting on us," and I couldn't resist the click. All right, now I'm excited.
Oh, anyway, so in the Star Wars Lego Holiday Special, it still revolves around Life Day. So it's it's kind of tied. To this.
Similar premise in a sense.
It uses all the new characters, and it's obviously all Lego and stuff. And I don't think any of the original actors are in it, so like it is different, but it's still
Is
like
Baby
kind
Yoda
of
in
is
it?
like a similar idea. I don't know. I don't think it revolves around Chewie's family either, which this it emphatically does.
Yay.
Revolve around
Just what we
Huey, Dewey, and
need.
Louie. Wait, shit, that's the wrong family.
DuckTales. Ooh.
That's what we need. More Wookiees.
It's like Itchy
And Scratchy.
like Itchy's literally
and
one of them.
Scratchy?
That's The Simpsons.
No.
Cameron, I don't think you.
I don't know. We're gonna find
Cameron,
out.
I don't
We're gonna
think
find
you know
out.
shit about Star Wars. I think you've been faking it this whole time. You've probably never even fucking seen that movie.
Cam is such a plebe. He doesn't even know the deep canon.
Okay. Also, as a side note, this is not canon. By the way, like
Oh.
there are parts of this
Boo.
that have been incorporated into canon throughout the years, but this is not part of canon. So just throwing that out there because there is stuff in here that directly gets contradicted later,
Who
like
makes that
literally
call?
names of things that like are changed later.
Who makes that call? Who's like this canon? This no canon.
Well, so I don't know what happened before Disney bought Star Wars, but when Disney bought Star Wars, they basically were like anything that's not in movie form or in the Clone Wars TV series is not canon in Star Wars anymore.
And then they
So,
did
like-
that again in episode 9, and they were like, anything that happened in the last seasons, ignore that. And then,
Well, they didn't do it as explicitly. They basically tried to explain away as much of 8 as possible.
let's watch some Star Wars Holiday Special. It's going to be bad. Let's do it.
We're back. We made it. We finished the movie.
Holy crap. And
What'd
I
you guys
mean that
think?
In the most literal way possible.
What'd you guys think?
Holy, that was crap.
Jesus fucking Christ. Why?
Like, I gotta say, my expectation going into that was pretty low, but it went lower than that. Like, oh my god,
It
that was
exceeded
terrible.
expectations. And
It exceeded my expectation of how bad it
reverse.
was.
Yes.
yeah. Yeah, this...
I have
this,
to I have to think and like I have to really reflect about what I just saw.
I had the bar so low for this, but the fact that
Okay.
it was Hubie Halloween... Hubie Halloween would win...
Don't you fucking dare.
Hubie Halloween would win every fucking Oscar ever made if it was up against this movie.
Okay, here's the thing. I think this is required viewing for any of those Star Wars fanboys that are like, the original movies were so much better than anything they put out nowadays. I want them to go back and watch this and see what they came up with back in the day.
This feels like the biggest cash grab ever.
Yeah. Like I said, they really wanted to just come out with this because they wanted Star Wars to stay relevant until they came out with another movie.
Can't sell toys if people don't remember your movie.
Exactly. Well, and you know, coming out with sequels and such too. Man, what was you guys' favorite scene from that?
The end.
The end, yeah.
Okay, besides the end, I think, man,
the part where the Incredible Hulk was on the screen.
I think my
that was the
favorite...
beginning.
I think my favorite part was the relief I got when Mark Hamill shows up, so I can actually understand the words someone on the screen is saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the weirdest, funniest scenes was when, Itchy got that machine that just like gave him a woman to
Fantasy?
like just like fantasy
Yes, his
scene
porn
that was
machine.
that was super weird to include in like a kid's holiday special. It was super odd.
This is the problem with holiday specials. Like, they still try to do these, and they're still not good. Like, you can't just take something
Okay,
and then be like, Christmas version, or I
I have a
guess
follow up.
Life Day.
Who
version.
enjoys these? Who enjoys holiday specials? Like, who enjoys a holiday special of their favorite TV show and they're like, you know what we're going to do? A holiday variety special. Because it's not even like it's a holiday episode, right? Like, that would be one thing. This is literally a special holiday episode.
I personally can't remember the last time I saw something for a holiday variety special.
Yeah. Maybe that was an idea that was in the 70s or 80s. and
Like,
just
I
kinda
feel
died
like...
out.
Well, yeah, because variety shows... I mean, that was the thing back then. You name this... Johnny Cash, I think, had his own freaking, variety hour show. Everyone did. That was the thing. You had your sitcom, and then that would run its course, and then one or two characters would leave, and then the rest of them went on to do a variety show. That's what happened. That is how people were entertained.
It was a simpler time.
But
The same people who like holiday specials are the same people who are like, keep Christ in Christmas. Like,
That's an astute point. Yeah.
It's
They
over.
might watch that
You
and be
had
like,
your
that was
time."
kind of fun. That was kind of cool. I like that.
Lumpy was a really great character.
Dude, can we talk about Lumpy's like makeup or whatever you call it? Like, I don't know what it was, but him specifically,
the eyes looked
Every
so
time-
dead. It was
his
scary.
eyes and his teeth. His
It
teeth
was
were
just
so weird.
overexposure
They were so weird. They zoomed in right on his face, like right here, you know, like.
for half
And
the
he
movie.
just like made a weird ass expression, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that? Yeah, mouth was like half open. How have we
freaking
not
mouth
seen more
breather.
memes from this? I'm shocked that we don't have more memes from this.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised we don't have more GIF memes of the weird robot dude teaching Lumpy how to put the communicator together.
how to riff
where he
coke
just
off a
starts, like,
table?
half like pausing, and he's like half like humping
Smacking
the air
his
and
butt.
grabbing his
Oh, he's
ass.
spanking his ass. Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
Well, 'cause we have that.
He just
We also
drops
have-
down. He drops down plugs one nostril and just slides his
Snaps.
nose across
Yeah, it's
the
like
table.
an obvious cocaine reference. Like so
What the
obviously a
fuck?
cocaine reference.
That guy was also the chef and the dude at the bar. Those
Oh.
I
all
was gonna
three were the
say-
same guy.
Okay.
The chef
old
scene
Wizard of
was
Oz
my
technique.
favorite.
The chef scene was weird. The 10 minutes in when he starts to play, when I thought he was going to start playing like the chess or whatever it's called, and then it's just like
It's like a circus.
trapeze artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Cirque du Soleil in his fucking living room, like on it, like digital. And then he presses a button and the dude gets larger and like just starts commanding
Yeah.
people on the table.
I forgot about the green fairy guy that was going ham on that horn.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
sad
And the like
thing is,
blowhorn.
the sad thing is we watched that, we saw it, and went, "What the fuck is this?" And by the end of it, that was the most normal shit we saw in the entire special.
It really was. You guys remember the part where we cut away from the movie just to kill 30 minutes to watch Lumpy watch a animated cartoon that had no bearing on the rest of the show at all?
That to me is so interesting because it's literally like, okay, so we're watching a cartoon within the show, right? The cartoon subject are fugitives of the law, okay, who are real people, and like it's a cartoon show about real people,
His
but
dad.
like
And
fake made up
also,
adventure who
can
are
we just
also
say-
wanted by the law.
If Chewie is that famous, how come when they walked in and saw the fucking picture of him on the bookshelf, did they not immediately know it was him? They're like, "Careful, their dad might be a fugitive."
Right.
If he's that famous and recognizable as a fugitive, how do you not know?
Speaking of them walking in, the Imperial officer who had to take a full minute to take off his gloves,
Yeah.
and then he told the
was so
stormtrooper to
menacing.
go search upstairs, and then he talked to Mala, and then he told the stormtrooper to go search upstairs, and then he took off his other glove, and then the stormtroopers went upstairs.
Can we talk
And then
about?
we sat down and watched the Jefferson Starship concert.
Yes.
Can we talk about the fact that we watched the stormtroopers and the Imperial officer watch life on Tatooine, and then it cut away from that, and then went
To life
back,
on Tatooine,
and then
watching them.
and then it went. So
Yeah.
they get the COVID lockdown notification. They do a whole song and dance about it. And then it cuts away and it's back to them watching them on
And we
TV.
were- yeah.
I thought we were done with this. I thought that got interrupted. Now we're what the
yeah.
hell?
That was so weird. It's so weird how they like intermix like reality and fiction, because it's like was that a fiction, was that fictitious, or did they like watch that in real time and then someone else was watching them at the same time for quote
And if
life on
that's
Tatooine?
the, and if
or
that's the
whatever.
case, why is B. Arthur breaking the law on television?
right?
Are you that stupid?
Yes.
You're gonna get hit with
That's a
that
great
COVID
point.
fine.
That's a great
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. Well, she tried to get people to leave and they like held her at gunpoint. So.
Yeah, but then instead of like saying anything, her response is just like, "Okay, I guess I'll give everyone a free drink."
Right.
I have a review for you guys.
Oh. Okay.
I got
Yeah. Let's hear
I
it.
got two.
Okay. Let's hear them.
So the first one is from IMDb. It does not have a rating. It's a little bit of a long one, but it's from November 27th, 2004. So like us, this person must have seeked out this movie. It's CTCHAMB, so CT Sham, I guess. Titled, Now I Know How Belloc Felt. Belloc?
Oh, Balak when he found the Ark.
Yes.
Is that an Indiana Jones reference?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Skull melts off. Oh, that's
As
great.
many other posters stated, I have been warned, and the legends are true. And like the Nazis, once you remove the cover to the Ark, you have to deal with the consequences. I paid $13 for it,
Oh my god.
and it's a pile of crap. For the stout-hearted who choose to soldier on, I have two recommendations. One, do not watch this alone. Like any other emotional trauma, the support of friends is crucial to survival. By the end, you'll either want to climb a steeple with a rifle or go into a garage and start the car. Two, Do not operate while unimpaired. An altered level of consciousness can cushion your psyche. I tried it straight, but within 10 minutes I was forced to seek the companionship of my foamy 12-ounce friends.
Oh my god.
At any rate, this helping of dog goo brings to light painful questions about Chewbacca and his people long ago in a galaxy far, far away. Questions probably better left unasked. Such as, despite the treetop setting, why does their dwelling place resemble a 70s ski lodge with an AstroTurf floor? Why does the local trader wear black plastic Earth glasses? And how were the Wookiees able to convert an ordinary cassette player into a holograph projector? And regarding said projector, why is the youth Lumpy, who is probably yelling Franks and Beans and Wookiee, so fascinated with the freakish failings of a poor man's Cirque du Soleil? Finally, why in God's name does the patriarch of the clan, Itchy, get so aroused over a pseudo Irene Cara performing a sickening disco song and dance? It was highly disturbing. Those are the questions that torment me. The other posters have done a far better job than myself covering the horde sequences from Starship, B. Arthur, Shutter, Harvey Korman, and Art Carney. But I must ask this. I thought the animated sequence sucked. The story with the decent artists probably would have been a cool comic book, but the animation and artwork was terrible. Too cartoony. R2 physically jumping, his rigid metallic body curving about, and something about Han's head looking like it had been run over by a truck, all squashed. Like Lot's wife, you have been warned.
Yeah, I pointed that out while we watched. His R2-D2's body was like flailing around like it was like made of jello. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And Han Solo's face is so long. Oh my god.
So I do want to bring up kind of something that didn't dawn on me until this guy brought it up in the review, is the fact that, like, growing up, when we went to, like, comic conventions and that, the whole point of going was because back in the early 2000s, you could get so much good bootleg shit, like movies and shit that you didn't want to pay, like, good money for, or, like, the things like this that someone recorded and then they just made copies of the tape, and then, like, so people just would sell them. And I completely forgot that that was such a big thing that people did, that this dude probably spent Lord knows how much time chasing a copy of this Star Wars Holiday Special just to be disappointed. It's not like he had to go to
So
YouTube and just hit search. He had to, like, drive from convention to convention hoping to find some sketchy ass dude at a booth who had a fucking VHS copy of this shit. And then after he spent his hard-earned money on it, just realized that he wasted. So it's probably not even the money, it's the time.
Yeah.
Not only
Effort.
yeah, the time to find it, and then the actual hour and 40 minutes that he wasted watching this. So I'm glad we did that, so that you guys at home don't have to.
I disagree. I think you should watch it for the memes. I don't think you should. Once you watch it once, you can skip through the musical numbers. I think once you watch it once, you should never, ever, ever, ever even think about watching it again. But
if you're gonna watch it,
I might throw this into my Christmas rotation.
If you're gonna watch it, you at least need to watch it. I think, like that guy said, you need to watch it with friends. You need to watch it with someone that
I
you
would
can
be a
make.
lot more sad if I watched this by myself.
You need to be at least under one influence, possibly two or more.
I think being under the influence and sharing it with people that you can make fun of it with, because dear God, if I would have watched that by myself, I'd have been out after the first 8 minutes before I heard a word of English. I would have been like, what the is this whole fucking thing in Wookiee? I'm out. I'm done.
I imagine we didn't watch this one together. And like,
oh my God,
and we show up to podcast, and Ben's just like, "No, I'm not going to be in this one, guys. I couldn't make it to the first 10 minutes."
Yeah, I didn't watch this one.
Yeah. So you guys have fun. I gave this one a 0. I didn't even finish the movie, so that's where I'm at.
This other review I found on Letterboxd from Moo Cake. It's 0.5 star out of 5. I'm not surprised that Chewbacca has a family he rarely visits and essentially abandons in favor of smuggling with Han Solo, because his family are fucking awful.
Oh man.
One of the most dragging movies I've ever sat through. The 97-minute duration felt like 97 days. This
Yeah,
film
it
is
did.
so bad, it makes Attack of the Clones look like The Empire Strikes Back. The Star Wars Holiday Special has no redeemable features at all. This movie could be used as a method of torture. Do not watch it.
I do agree. I don't think I like Star Wars a lot, and I don't think there was a single redeeming quality about this movie. Like literally none. There was no point in time where I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool that they introduced that here or whatever." Like no, there was not a single point in time where I thought this is a redeeming quality of this movie.
I think the
I got
only
to see
thing
my
that this-
favorite band, Jefferson Starship.
This movie gave us Boba Fett.
No, it didn't, because it's not canon. They didn't even okay, they came up with the idea of Boba Fett, but like they didn't actually use him.
What do you
Like,
mean?
I don't know.
What do you mean
Well,
they
like-
didn't use him? He was like the whole fucking point of the cartoon.
I mean, here's the point of their cartoon, but like, okay, other than the armor, that's all like he's not the right hand man of like Darth Vader. He doesn't talk. Like, I don't know. Like they used the character, but I don't know. I just don't think it was that big of a deal.
I have a favorite quote I never got to read. You didn't ask
Oh my
me.
god.
Is it?
Partially. So I'm gonna let you guys take a guess. This is an exchange between two characters that took place in the movie. I'll just get into it. I am your fantasy. I am your experience. So experience me. I am your pleasure. Enjoy me. This is our moment together in time that we might turn this moment into an eternity. I am found in your eyes only, eyes only. I'm in your mind as you create me. Oh yes, I can feel my creation.
Are you gonna do this whole fucking song?
I'm getting your message. Are you getting mine?
Stop.
Oh, we are excited, aren't we?
Oh my god.
That was in a family-friendly holiday special.
Is it family friendly?
70s are a wild time, man.
What's the
I don't know.
It
It's
aired on
TV PG.
CBS.
It's a 1980s PG.
Yeah.
What's the parental guidance for this movie?
It's a really weird one. It's DNW. I've never seen it before. Do not watch.
Sex and nudity. Mild. A Wookiee uses a virtual reality type device that shows a woman who says things such as "I am your pleasure" and "Oh yes" in an orgasmic tone towards him. The man who gives the device to the Wookiee describes it as "wow" with an awkward hand motion. The woman, however, is fully clothed and the suggestive dialogue lasts very briefly. Frightening and intense scenes, severe. While not deliberately frightening, the film's incompetent quality gives it a fever dream-esque atmosphere that may unsettle
Well,
children.
not intentionally scary.
There's so much of this movie that is just the boat scene from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
So this week's podcast is brought to you by Surfside Sips. They make high-impact glass straws. They're a family-owned company. And what's better than saving the turds, you know?
The turds.
The turds.
You know, I'm one of those people who hates using paper straws. Paper straws fucking
Paper straws suck.
I
They are
love
the worst
what
solution.
they do. I love that we're minimizing the use of plastic straws. I enjoy that. Paper straws suck ass.
They suck. They're the worst possible solution because turns out, guess what? Paper and water don't fucking mix, okay? I don't know who came up with it, but it doesn't work. Even though they put coating on it to try and help, it doesn't work. It just gets soggy and you end up throwing it away anyway, and that's just more waste. And so,
But you know what doesn't get soggy? Glass.
yeah.
Glass straws from Surfside Sips. And if you want to get some glass straws from Surfside Sips, you can use coupon code cocktails and classics spelled out. That's cocktails and classics for 20% off your order.
And if you're looking for a business to support during this time, seems like a good idea. Today's episode is brought to you by Audible. Audible is the leading provider of spoken word entertainment and audiobooks, ranging from bestsellers to celebrity memoirs, news, business, and self-development. But essentially what it is every month you get 1 credit to pick any title, plus 2 Audible originals from their monthly selection. So, Dylan and Zach, what are your experiences with Audible?
So, working from home nowadays, I recently used Audible to rip through one of my favorite book series. It's always great to go back and revisit some of your favorites.
And since we've recently done From Russia with Love, you could check out some of Ian Fleming's books on Audible. They have Dan Stevens, Toby Stevens, Damian Lewis, many great narrators. Read through Diamonds Are Forever, From Russia with Love, Live and Let Die. So maybe you want to get into the James Bond novels as well as the movies.
To start your free 30-day trial, go to audibletrial.com/cocktailsandclassics, all lowercase. Again, that's audible.com/cocktails, A-N-D, classics. After your free trial is up, it costs $14.95 per month. However, there are no commitments, and if you can't decide what to listen to, that's okay. You can roll your credits over up to 1 year.
A little bit of a tradition around here is Zach usually takes over, gives us a trivia quiz, but Cameron, being the Star Wars nerd, he's going to lead us through a quiz.
Nice. I want to go through more than the meme or more than the questions that I'm going to ask in the official quiz, because I did find some good ones, some meme ones. But so the first one. So a couple weeks ago, we watched Clerks, which speculated about the contractors building the Death Star that got killed. In newer movies, since the original trilogy, we actually learned who built the Death Star. What race were they? Were they A? Were they A, Geonosians, B, Kaminoans, or C, Nemoidians?
All right. I don't know what a Nemoidian is. I know that
Nemoidian.
Nemoidian. I know that the Kaminoans, if we're either referring to where the clones are from or them long neck bitches.
Long neck bitches.
And the Geonosians were in cahoots from the get-go.
Is Geonosian is that the really dusty planet from Attack of the Clones?
Yeah, the Mars-like planet.
Where they fight
it's called,
Dooku?
It's called Geonosis.
Yes, Genesis. Okay.
Geonosis.
Yes.
Not Genesis.
Diagnosis. Got
There
it.
you go. I'm gonna go.
Stepsis.
I'm gonna go that the Stepsis race built it.
The Geonosians?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was also thinking the Geonosians, namely
Did
because
you know Stepsis?
it's namely the one that I've actually heard of before, but also I just think that makes sense.
I'm gonna go with the nematodes because they're the only ones I don't know, so I feel like they would maybe build it. I don't know.
Nobody's
All right.
going with the long neck bitches.
So, all right. So the correct answer is the Geonosians.
Yes.
The Nemoidians. So that is a real race in Star Wars. That is the person from Episode 1, which is like part of the Trade Federation. That like dude who's like, oh, there's 2 of them or whatever, you know.
No, there are
Kaminoans-
2 of them.
Kaminoans are the long neck bitches that that create the clones.
I
And
gotcha.
Geonosians. So an interesting part about this, though, is that in the Star Wars DVD commentary for Episode 2, Lucas references Clerks and says, of the Geonosians, they would probably be the ones contracted to build the Death Star, and they were the ones that Jay and Silent Bob worry got killed on the Death Star. But they are, after all, a bunch of large termites. So it's fine for them to die because they were termites, I guess.
Yeah, but it wasn't Jay and Silent Bob. It was Dante and Rainbow.
I know. That
so-
was the quote, so I don't know.
Wow. George Lucas.
No, there are 2 of them.
Fuck around and find out, I guess.
All right. So we have a tie for first place between Zach and Ben at 1 point.
Guys, I don't want to show everyone that I suck at Star Wars trivia.
All right,
Too late.
Kind of
Here's
wish
the
I would have
next
gone last.
the next question is this chute was not without its problems, of course.
I
Which
couldn't
of the
imagine.
following was an actual issue on set that caused shooting delays?
Too much
A?
cocaine.
The actor
It's
that
gotta
played
be Coke.
Itchy took over 2 hours to get into costume each time. B, the actors in the alien costumes kept passing out. Or C, Carrie Fisher insisted on singing during the special, but couldn't get the lyrics to the Life Day song right, resulting in over 50 takes.
C.
Oh my god, why are all of these believable?
You're telling me it's only one of them?
It's only one. Only one of these is real. I mean, yeah, only one of them that I know is real.
I'm going with C. Carrie Fisher couldn't remember the lines, but was hella intent on singing during the
Coke-fueled
special.
nightmare.
I kind of want to go with that one. Oh my god, but Itchy... I'll go with Itchy. Itchy took too long to get into his costume.
That's obviously like the practical.
So I feel like they knew how long it was going to take Itchy to get into that fucking costume, right? Like, they had to plan for that.
It could have been an old man.
I don't think Carrie Fisher gave a shit if she sang. I think the network wanted her to sing, and she could not get the fucking lyrics right. I'm going to go with the aliens in, like, the makeup and shit. Because at the time they didn't think about the fact that, like, latex and that is hard to, like, breathe and shit in. That they kept passing out. Like, they were getting overheated and they weren't getting enough air and they were just straight up passing out.
Yeah, I mean, they used like big lights back then, so it probably is that. It just got hot as shit in the studio.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is so funny to me, but the correct answer is B. The alien actors kept passing out because they kept not being able to breathe. And the cantina scene took an entire day to shoot, and they had to keep bringing in oxygen tanks to use between takes.
Wow.
Yeah, they brought in oxygen tanks so that they would be able to breathe in their costumes. Also, for the record, Carrie did insist on singing, but I don't know if she had any issues with it. She did insist on doing it, though.
Great.
Coke will do that to you.
I'm gonna be a star. Just watch. This is my big break.
So Ben currently has the lead with 2 points. Zach has 1, and Dylan has none. So
I'll take my big fat L. The meme answers aren't treating me well.
Hey Dylan, welcome to the new trend in season 2. Sweep 1 week, next week you don't get a goddamn question right till the end.
For the record, I did have a question in here about what planet Chewbacca was from, according to
Oh no.
the Star Wars canon, but we talked about it, and also what was referenced in the movie.
You mean Kashyyyk versus Kazook?
Yeah. Okay. So the next question, this will probably be the final question, but I kind of want to ask. There's a 4th question that I really want to ask, so I might throw that in there. What are the full names of Chewbacca's family? Is it A, Malatobuk, Lumpawarump, and Adichakuk? I'm sorry. B.
Now it makes sense why I was like, his name is Chewbacca. Why are all those like nicknames?
B. Malabaka, Lumpabaka, and
And Sergi Baca.
Sir Chewbacca.
the last one's a Tachibaka. I'm sorry.
Malabaka,
Okay,
Lumpabaca,
and C.
and Sergi Baca.
It's Chewbacca.
Malander, Lumpaberry, and Adicharka. Let me know if you want me to repeat any of those options.
Oh my god.
I mean, yes, but it's not going to help.
I love that Cam had to make up 2 of those sets of names. They all
And if
sound
the
like
studio made up the Bacas, I don't know what I'm going to do. Because that's so low quality that I'd believe that it came out of this movie.
It fits. 100% it fits.
Malabaka, Lumpabaca,
Ben,
Ichibaka, yeah.
Ben, what do you think?
What? Hold
But
on.
maybe Baca is like a last name.
It's a family name.
It's the surname. Yes, we are the Bacas, table 4.
So to recap the possible answer.
I now pronounce you Mr. and Mrs. Baka.
Okay.
Stare into each other's eyes
If I can
before
get
they
through this
Baka.
with a straight face. To recap the answers, we have A with Malatobuc, Lumpawarp, and Adichakuk. We have B with Malabaka, Lumpabaca, and Adichabaca. Or we have C with Malander, Lumpaberry, and Adicharka.
Oh my god.
What do you think, Ben?
Ben gets to go
I know
first.
the answer.
For fuck's sake.
You know the answer?
I know it.
All right.
100% locked and loaded.
I'm gonna go with option C.
Aw.
Okay.
I was gonna go with option C. I'm gonna go with option B.
No, I was gonna go with
Roll
option
with it. It's
I mean,
the
you still can.
Bacchus.
I'll go with Zach on this. I think it's the Surgeabacas.
Okay. So the answer is actually A, which I thought was the weirdest sounding one of the bunch. It sounds like nothing like. I thought you guys would appreciate the Bacas that I came up with, though.
That
I really wanted to name the B Ichibaka, but the real one is Adichakuk or something like that, and I just thought that would be too obvious. So none of you guys got a point there. So the official winner of the trivia is Ben.
Yay.
But I want to read this other trivia question I have. So, which of these is not a genuine reaction that was had as a result of this special? A. George Lucas said that if he had a sledgehammer and the time, he would track down every single copy of the special and destroy it. B. When asked if he would do another special after shooting The Force Awakens, Harrison Ford said he would kill himself. C. Carrie Fisher was given a copy of the special and would play it when she wanted her house guests to leave. And D. Mark Hamill once ended an interview early when the interviewee brought up the special.
You said which
Is it-
one
which one of
isn't?
these-
Which one is fake?
Is
Oh,
fake?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna go with the Carrie Fisher one. Like I said, I think she said multiple times that she doesn't even remember making this, so I doubt she would put it on because I don't think she remembers that she did it.
I can 100% picture Harrison Ford looking like a David Letterman in the eye and going, no, I'd kill myself.
I'm gonna say that.
So which one's false?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it is the Harrison Ford one because that man only chases paper. So I think he would do another holiday special in an instant.
Zach, what do you think?
I don't know, man. I knew the last one. I didn't know this one.
You knew the last one.
I'll go with A.
Okay. The fake answer is actually the Mark Hamill one. All the other ones are true.
Oh.
Carrie Fisher would play it for house guests when she wanted them to leave. Harrison Ford said he would kill himself if he had to do another one. And George Lucas said that if he had a sledgehammer in time, he would track down every copy and destroy them. Man, this is just such a meme movie, and everybody hates it around it, which is hilarious to me. Another interesting trivia point is that while this movie is not canon, the gun that is used by Boba Fett in that series is actually was adapted and was now the main weapon of the Mandalorian on the new TV show.
So it is.
It's like
canon.
that pronged gun or whatever. It is now, but not from that movie. Also, the tiebreaker question revolved around how much money in steel it would take to build a Death Star.
How much?
Well, I found a bunch of figures, but according to this one, it would
Adjusted for
take-
inflation, right?
I don't know when number was taken, but
Well, you can't
According-
because it's a long, long time ago in a galaxy far away, so I can't
Yeah.
even give you what time frame.
So, according to this, blog of economics students at some university, they estimated that it would cost $852 quadrillion, or 13,000 times the world GDP,
Oh my god.
just for the steel. That's not for transporting it or anything. It's just for the steel production.
The plumbing. Electrical.
So there you have it
I
on
do my
our
own plumbing, man.
on one of our meme trivias. Ben is the winner here.
You
Zach,
know,
you had a chance to win. and
I
you-
kind of
did.
feel bad that Zach only gets to do these like every once in a blue moon, and he still hasn't won one.
Really, I'm the biggest loser of all. Been doing
that
this for
makes
like
him
2
tonight's
seasons.
biggest
I've never
loser.
won.
Though none of us have seen it, some of us are big Star Wars fans, and we're gonna give you our initial ratings from the Star Wars Holiday Special.
All right, can I go first?
Yeah, go ahead, Cam. You were the one
right.
probably who loves Star Wars the most, so
Yeah, I suppose that might be true. I really like Star Wars. It's probably one of my favorite brands. I don't know, stories, not sure.
I'd say brand at this point.
Sure,
Franchise.
brand. Franchise. Yeah, thank you. That's the word I was looking for. This is bad. Like this has reached new lows for me of a brand that I didn't know was possible. I totally understand why George Lucas wanted to hunt down every copy and destroy them with a sledgehammer. I understand why Mark Hamill would dodge questions when asked about it. It's just awful. Like, it's awful. I think that if you're a Star Wars fan, it's fun to watch in like a self-depraved, like, oh god, why way. But make no mistake, there's nothing redeeming about this, even as a Star Wars fan. It's not. If you're gonna watch it for entertainment value to see if you can get anything, it's not worth it. I literally am gonna give this movie a 1 out of 10. I don't even know, like, is 0 possible? I'm just gonna say no. I'm gonna give it a 1. The only reason it has a 1 is because it actually has the original cast in it, and that's it. Like, the original cast isn't good in it, but it does have them, so it gets a 1.
Is there lower than 1? Yes. A half out of 10 is what
that's
I'm gonna
true,
give it.
yeah.
Half ratings are cop outs.
I mean, can I give it a 0? Am I allowed?
No, I don't think we do zeros. Can we
1
do
to
zeros?
10.
I mean, well, we make the rules, right? You can give it whatever you want.
I mean, I want to give it a half out of 10.
Okay, then
like,
you give it a half. You
It
give
was
a half.
made. It exists. I'll give it that. Was I laughing a little bit? Yes, but that was just from like the absurdity of the situation. It's bad. Like this is trash. It's. I mean, I said it before. Like, it does feel like a cash grab, but I don't know if it really was that. I feel like it was just like Cam said at the beginning. Like, it was kind of like a let's stay relevant with Star Wars while we make the next one.
Well, so
And
here's an interesting thing on that. You know how many times this was shown?
once.
Once. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Only once.
Only once, never again.
Like, I could not imagine being like a kid or someone who went and saw Star Wars in theaters, and then you're so hyped to like, oh, Star Wars Holiday Special, that could be cool. Like, and it's gonna be on television, so it's accessible. And then you sit down and you watch like David Lynch meets like Eric Andre meets like it's just like
Okay, I would pay to watch that. That would be that would be some funny shit. But that is actually a really apt description of
the
it.
pleasure machine was just fucking weird as hell. Like,
That was such an odd part
why?
of the movie.
Would I watch it again? No. Do I think you should watch it? Like Ben said, with friends, drinking. Give it 1 view. And you know what? You can maybe watch like the first 30 minutes and you're good. Like, just watch it to like the weird pleasure bot scene and you're good. And you can turn it off and you don't have to sit through the last 45 minutes like we did and be like, shit, we're only halfway. Oh my God.
Yeah, like I said earlier, this felt like you were taking an 8-hour car ride, and the last like 10 minutes of the car ride feels like an hour. And that's exactly what watching this felt like. It felt like we got to the hour 15-minute mark, which took, I don't know,
4
It didn't
hours?
feel like it took that long. and then the last like 30 minutes felt like it took like 2 hours.
This is like when you hit Toledo on your way to Michigan. And you're like, God, I just can't wait to get back.
Can't wait to get out of Ohio. God.
You know what? It did kind of remind me of just driving through Ohio. Like, it was like flat, boring. There wasn't much around.
Okay, all right. You can say
Is
a lot
this his
about
intro
this.
music?
You can say a lot about this movie. It was not boring.
It was better than Ohio.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's not hard, but like, I'm just saying, Ben's sitting there so mad.
You're about to
But
make
no,
Ben
I mean,
give this a
I
2.
think- This movie is awful, but I wouldn't say it's boring. It's awful. It's truly awful. But you can definitely find some solace in that the absurdity is very easy to laugh at.
Yeah, I will say it was enjoyable at parts, but then like once you get to the numbers, like I was like, okay, we could cut this short. It's like I don't need
You
to
can
watch
get the whole thing short. We don't need any of it.
I don't need to watch every guest star sing a song.
And the main star, Carrie Fisher, also sang a song for some reason. She really wanted her music career to take off.
God, imagine if Carrie Fisher in like Star Wars got started like now. She'd be like a SoundCloud star.
Oh my god. Anyway, what was your review? 0.5?
0.5 out of 10.
All right.
Conditional watch if you're in company and inebriated. That's my recommendation.
Yeah. Heavy emphasis on the inebriated.
Yes.
This movie was really bad.
It's certainly a movie.
It was an experience, a bad one, through and through, from start to end.
I laughed. I cried.
I did
cried.
laugh, but at a certain point, it felt like nails on a chalkboard because the things that you were laughing at just wouldn't stop. It just kept happening to you, and I
Wookiee
had to sit
chorus.
here from the beginning of just the Wookiee dialogue, and then it's like, oh, cool, Mark Hamill, and it's like, oh, why is he dressed up to go to an MCR concert? And then it's like, oh, there's Carrie Fisher, and her eyes are glazed over. All right. The storyline with the Empire, it makes no sense. Something I mentioned while we were watching is it feels like they tried to like you guys mentioned, stay relevant, and all they could come up with was like 7 or 8 minutes of material. And the studio's like, oh, we booked you for 2 hours, so you're gonna have to do something about that. It's like, all right, well, let's have the Wookiees walk across the room, and then they'll start watching TV, and then we'll do that for 30 minutes, and then we just gotta do that 4 more times. I don't believe in half ratings, and I also don't believe in zeros, and for that reason, I will give it a 1. This is definitely the worst thing I've ever watched. And I think
The worst? Oh man.
this is easily the worst thing I've ever watched.
I would agree.
And I think the only reason anybody should watch it is if you're inebriated and you've exhausted all other options. Like if you're
if this is the worst.
if you're out of whatever your inebriation material is and you can't do any more of that.
There's too many people on your Netflix account keeping you from watching Hubie Halloween again, this is your only resort.
Okay. For the number of people who wrote in and complained that we did Hubie Halloween, you're going to be staunchly upset because you're going to see Star Wars and Holiday Special, and if you've made it this far, I'm going to be fucking shocked, but you're going to be so excited. And then you're going to look at it and you're going to go, you know what? I should have just watched Hubie Halloween again. And that's how I feel coming out of it. I'm leaving it at a 1.
Yeah, so I think the best parts about this movie were the fact that I had people to make fun of it with. Like, that's the redeeming part of this movie, is that you can sit with people and just make fun of it and laugh, not at the movie, but just at the absurdity of everything.
It's not a comedy film.
Dear God.
By the way.
No, definitely not.
I've seen some shitty movies before in my life. I don't think I've ever finished something and wished I could go back in time.
Erase it.
I could go back in time to when we talked about what movies we wanted to do. Phase in, smack the shit out of all of us, and phase back to where I am right now, hoping that maybe, just maybe, I'd never seen it.
like in the cantina scene when we watched the reality show of the cantina, and then we were in the cantina,
But also,
and then we thought we were out of it, but we went back in.
Well, we thought, we're just seeing this like as us watching the cantina, and then we realized no, we're watching this as the stormtroopers watching it. Yeah, man,
As B. Arthur's committing crimes on
Jesus,
TV.
Jesus Christ, man, this is so bad. So bad. You know what? I know we said we don't believe in it, but fuck that. This shit's a 0, dog. Fucking
Yes.
stay away.
The 0 out of 10.
Stay
That's our first ever
away.
0.
I'll own it. I'll wear that 0 with a fucking badge of honor for this movie. Do not, please. I'm talking directly to the people who are like, it can't be that bad. I'm seriously, I'm staring directly into my microphone. I'm talking to you. It is that bad. Don't sit and think, well, it can't be that bad. Let's just give it a watch. Don't do it. That's what I thought. We're like, we'll just watch it. We'll laugh. We'll make fun of it. I'm like, yeah, okay, but it can't be that bad. It's that bad. It is that. Stay away.
It is that bad. Yeah.
Stay away. Just stay away from it. Trust us. We did it, so you don't have to.
If you enjoyed this,
Just cut.
don't forget to
Are you
rate
talking
and
about the movie or
subscribe.
the podcast?
No,
'Cause
no, the
God.
podcast. The podcast.
Okay, that's good.
If you enjoyed this, don't forget to rate and subscribe. And hit us up on Instagram at Cocktails and Classics Pod. Use the hashtag Cocktails and Classes. Or use the hash.
Yes.
Ringing
Are
slash.
you okay?
Or
Use the hashtag Cocktails and
He
Classics.
lost to IQ watching that movie.
Or use the hashtag Cocktails and Classics to send us your movie and drink recommendations. Do not recommend us this movie, please. And maybe if you've ran out of everything to watch for Christmas, you're bored as hell because you've been in quarantine all year.
Then you go Amish
Watch
style.
it. It's free on YouTube. No one wants to claim this piece of shit against copyright. Go watch it. Spend an hour and a half. Come back and complain to us that it's a piece of shit and get us some activity on our stuff.
Or watch paint dry.
You know what? It is a piece of shit, but it was so fun to watch it with friends. So you know what? If you're with some friends and you want to laugh at how bad it is, you should watch it.
Use YouTube Party or what was it? What did we use?
There
not a
are
paid
various
sponsor.
YouTube with
content.
friends. Use some YouTube with friends and have some fun. Share us with your friends, and as always, watch responsibly.